Hey guys, good morning. I'm Oren. This is the game of money. This could run like one of those epic podcasts, 2, 3, 5 hours, but it's going to be 20 minutes because I am busy. The topic today, with no introduction, no advertising, Microsoft is, no. Thank you, Microsoft, for being there with Windows 3. All right, this is the pitch framework I brought home from Italy. This is insights from the way Europe plays the private equity game. Look, I understand. You read a book called Pitch Anything, or you're familiar with Pitch Anything, or you're familiar with me because of Pitch Anything, and I talk a lot about private equity. If you cannot raise money, then you will be forever stuck in a sales job, pitching, selling. If you don't understand how money works, even if you're forever going to be in a sales job, and there's people who make way more money than me in sales jobs, right? And are happy in the sales job, whether they make money or not. But until you understand how what the money you bring in does in the company you're in, and how it's used, and why, and how money is deployed to increase the value of the company, you'll be forever just running on the hamster wheel. So understanding pitch frameworks and money frameworks is super important. All right, what's inside today's playbook? The Italian secret that rewired my sales game: sales, raising money, pitching, all the same to me. Where are all the Ferraris in Italy? You go to Italy and you expect to see one thing: Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Bugattis, and Porsches, because it's right next door, all kinds of stuff. Didn't see any of that. Why? Am I in the wrong neighborhoods? I'm going to explain what's going on there. And here, the last topic is the pitch game you're in today, even if you don't know you're in that game. Italian secret that rewired my sales game: where are all the Ferraris in Italy? Just got back from there, didn't see any. And the pitch game that you're actually in. Why am I all fired up about Italy? I just got back from a 7-day road trip through northern Italy, and let me say this up front: this was no vacation. You know that feeling when you're like driving around and you're driving past places you've dreamed of stopping at, seeing, photographing, going with your family, but you got your nose pressed against the window, and you're driving past the Ferrari factory, Reggio Emilia, the birthplace of the Italian flag, Venice, Italy, just whizzing by, right, in the passenger mirror. You don't get to stop. That's what a 7-day road trip through northern Italy gets you. Nothing but meetings. No break, no pause, just a blitz across northern Italy. But I would say the meetings that I took there added a new layer of game to the way that I pitch deals. It's not just pitching investors, pitch anything: products, companies, brands, visions, whatever. So here's the first clue I got from being in Italy, right? It was in Modena. Modena, the home of Ferrari. So the first day I was there, I get invited to a lunch with the CEO of a company called Stylegraph, partner of ours. One of the most design-forward firms, suppliers, design groups in the European interiors space. If you see something that looks like it came from Italy and Europe, it probably was touched by Stylegraph. They're amazing. So I was expecting to see, on their home turf. They're in Modena. Modena is the birthplace of Enzo Ferrari. We ate at Enzo Ferrari's favorite restaurant, deep in Ferrari country. They're like, this is their home turf. It's where their factory is. It's where Enzo Ferrari grew up. So I was expecting to see, as I said in the beginning, Ferraris, right? I live near Newport Beach in Southern California. So my expectations are high when I go to Modena, Italy. Why? Because here in Newport Beach, it's 8,000 miles away. You cannot swing a dead cat without hitting a 488 Ferrari Gran Turismo Berlinetta, right? There's 3 Italian sports cars at every traffic light in Newport Beach. Highest density of investment bankers, and therefore supercars in the world. But nothing in Modena, where these things are actually built. No Maseratis either, no Lamborghinis, no Porsches, not even a BMW M3, pretty basic car. Why? Nothing. So I thought, okay, well, maybe the workers live here, right? And they build them, but they can't afford to own the cars. Too expensive for the workers. So probably if I go to Milan or if I go to Florence, the streets are going to be packed like they are in Dubai, like they are in Rodeo Drive, like they are in Newport Beach with supercars. But when I get to Milan, same story. No Italian supercars of any kind. It was like the movie 28 Days Later, right? Without the zombie, just nothing. Yeah, I Am Legend, just nothing, right? Nothing driving around. So Milan, I Am Legend. So, and I went out to dinner with my colleague Alexi. He's in the shipping business. He loves cars, right? He owns rare models. I was excited to see what he would be driving. He's not, what he's going to take us out to dinner in. So we booked dinner at a nice restaurant. And Alexi, is he going to show up in an 812 Superfast, a 488 GD Modificata, however you pronounce it? My Italian's not good right now. But it's the same story. He shows up in a 15-year-old family SUV. I'm like, Alexi, what the hell, man? right? And he explained it to me. If you drive anything nicer than a 15-year-old SUV, the tax police pull you over 3 times in a weekend, and they open a taxable income investigation. They want to know where anybody driving a nice car got that money so they can go tax where that money came from. So there's a little bit in the United States, we have these big borders, but you have money moving there through Italy, through France, through Germany, it moves around. People don't like to pay taxes. Drive a nice car, pull you over. Welcome to Italy, where they make the most beautiful cars in the world, but the government makes sure you won't drive them. Totally bananas, right? But what you do see there is beauty first and always first. The bigger lesson is not about cars when you go there. It's about how Italians sell the stuff they make. For quick comparison, think about how we do it in the United States. We built a science around marketing. We describe features. We list the benefits of the product, whether it's a refrigerator, whether it's a car, it's sold on features. I worked at a dealership, I don't know, when I was in college, for a summer. And I saw like how the salespeople were trained. They were trained on sell the features of the cars, explain how those features translate into benefits, and then explain the value that the buyer's getting. Features, benefits, value proposition, pick up. Any sales book in the United States, right? Chapter 1, features. Chapter 2, benefits. Chapter 3, value proposition. Chapter 4, end of book. So, and then show the offer to the customer 7 different times, ask for the close, and submission marketing. And then you're optimizing conversions. Put that offer in front of as many people as possible and see what you can convert. That's it. Features, benefits, value proposition, show the offer 7 times, optimize conversion. That's the American way. That's called the funnel. Well, there's called click funnel, funnel marketing, advertising models, a million names for it, but that's how we do it in the US, funnel marketing, funnel formula. In Italy, there is no funnel culture. There is no funnel. Instead, they build emotional objects that sell themselves. If you want it, you have to give us money, take money from your bank account, put it in our bank account, and we will delicately and lovingly and passionately give you this product. They build emotional objects that sell themselves. They create, whatever you want to call it, cocaine for your eyeballs. I'm not going to go list 20 luxury brands. You already know them all. Whether you like luxury culture or not, Italians build stuff for the world that you look at and you just go, I want it. Products designed to make you feel something. A coffee machine, a tractor, a wall tile, a faucet, a car engine, doesn't matter what it is. If it's built by Italians, you see those products and you do not ask, what are the features? What will my benefits be? Again, a car engine, a faucet, a tractor, whatever. So you drink coffee from an Italian coffee machine, you watch it being made. I'll butcher the name, but La Marzocco machine, right? We're everywhere in Italy. And if you go to a good coffee shop here in the United States, they'll have one of those machines. And you see the machine, you see your coffee being made, you look in your coffee. If you're a coffee drinker, then you'll understand this. You go, I don't care what the machine costs. Get me the machine that made this, the elixir of the gods. So not only does it look like it's beautiful and you're passionate about it, but it performs and functions or tastes amazing, different from what we get here in our mass-produced culture. So you walk away with Italian products with the feeling of desire. And if you walk too far away, there's one thought in your mind. Why can't I stop thinking about this thing? So it's not marketing, it's seduction. And it works, even if you don't have the money for the thing that stirred your soul, right? If you see a La Marzocco coffee machine, I saw this, and you can't see the picture of it, but I saw this incredible Lamborghini tractor. I don't mow my lawn. I haven't mowed a lawn for 30 years, right? One time I probably made $5 for mowing a lawn and go, I never want to do that again, right? I can do spreadsheets. So, but, I saw this Lamborghini tractor that looks like a race car. It looks like and it just I'm like, hey, I want to own that. And I don't want to mow the lawn. I don't want to make money mowing lawn. I just want to own this beautiful tractor. It's amazing. So every meeting, every office, every town had one consistent theme in Italy. La Marzocco coffee machines that look like art installations. It's not the machine, it's how it's delivered, it's the coffee that's made, it's everything that's so beautiful about it. And then, it doesn't matter what it is, a long tractor, a faucet with design better than any US sports car. A faucet or a tractor or a coffee machine, better design than any US sports car. That is amazing. Even faucet brands with more emotional presence than than Silicon Valley startups with $100 million of working capital. I don't speak a word of Italian, but still, nobody had to explain anything to me. There's one language that I understand, and they understand me. Just take my money. And that's what they make things. So every meeting, every negotiation and pitch, they do the same thing. Italians create desire because it's what they know how to do. They don't know how to do features. They don't know how to do benefits. They don't know how to do value propositions. That's what we do here in the United States. They create desire and obsession. And that's when it hit me. In Italy, you don't need more information to sell the thing you have. You need better instincts about what makes people fall in love with what you sell. In Italy, or anywhere in the world, but they just do it professionally. You don't need to tell people what it is. You just need to understand deeply what makes people fall in love with you, your company, and your products, right? So that insight cracked open a new way to look at how global companies pitch, not just to customers, but in the capital markets, raising money, new hires. Everywhere you need to touch another human and do business with them, for me, this Italian adventure opened up a lens of the options I have to touch hires, business people, raising money, customers, everybody better. Because it's not to copy the Italians, it's to decide what model will work best for me. So there's 3 dominant models I've observed: raising capital, selling stuff, talking to people in Italy, the United States, and everywhere in the world. You're either playing one of 3 games, pitch games. Game number 1 is the Italy game. Game number 2 is the China game. And game number 3 is the USA game. What I love about these models is knowing how these will put the game of money into easy mode. I don't like hard mode. I don't like advanced mode. I don't like Decepticon mode. I don't like the game of business, of money, of life being in hard mode. I want to put it in easy mode. So once you know, are you playing the Italy game, the China game, or the USA game, then you can start to get in easy mode and not be hunting around for a model. So here's the Italy game. Raw emotional power. In this model, the product that you make and sell, or the service, the implementation of the service is so beautiful, it hurts the buyer. They feel it, they want it, and there's desire. When you sell, and what you sell in the Italy model must evoke something. And it has to do it instantly, no explaining. For example, like I said before, I saw a Lamborghini tractor that I wanted to buy. It's basically just a big lawnmower. As I said before, last time I mowed a lawn was 30 years ago. I do not need a tractor, but it created desire. So that's what Italians do at every level. The Italy model game that I play it in some ways in our business, right? I have events here where we bring investors in, they get to see my deals, and we get to meet and talk about what we're doing in life, in family, in investing. And my events are not about IRR tables. They're not about, well, they are, but I don't spend too much time on the stoichiometric regression on what's happening in the markets, my perspective on what's going to happen with interest rates. I focus on bringing like-minded investors together to build relationships, right? And there's more beer and wine than there are spreadsheets. It is something that when you come here, it's primal. You get to meet other people, and we talk about really interesting topics that are very personal. So to dial up the emotion, right? I don't pass around spreadsheets. I don't pass around tables that I built. I can send that stuff by PDF. I tore down our snack area in the back of the building, and I replaced it with a spaceship. If you see any of the other videos that I do, you can see the spaceship in the background. So I engineer the environment that I have in my finance business to create feelings and personal experiences and desire. And then I back all that up with data and products. So the bottom line, if you're running the Italian pitch model, people should love you without even knowing why they do. When people come here, they're in the spaceship. We meet together. We have this beautiful facility. We're in Southern California. We do stuff down at the beach. We bring in good food, and we have events. They love it, and they can't explain why they love it. When you get this kind of emotional pitch right, marketing costs, well, it affects the business. Marketing costs cut in half, sales cycles shrink, and brand loyalty grows. And best of all, you never have to explain anything to anyone, and that's what I love. So that's the Italy model. Not every business can do it. So think about the China game. The China game works like this. You win with a technical breakthrough. This is the opposite of the Italian playbook. You win on technical superiority and speed of execution. Technical advancement, technical features, and how fast you can move. China's greatest global brands, BYD in cars, DJI in drones, CATL, electric vehicle batteries, and LONGi in solar photovoltaic cell PVs, right? Those companies rose to dominance by innovating fast, iterating ruthlessly, and getting in government scale support behind their technologies. So just take BYD cars, for example. They're building them so fast and innovating so fast in electric vehicles, they're now taking over Brazil, right? They're taking over Thailand. Mercedes, Audi, GM, Ford, Mercedes-Benz cannot compete in areas of the world where BYD has moved in because their cars are cheap, they're decent, they're technically very sophisticated, and they're electric. So that is pure innovation. You don't love that car. If you drive one of those cars, not a great driving experience. So are those great companies? Well, yes and no. Depends how you look at it. The BYD electric cars, as I said, are terrible. Go ahead and just drive one, right? It's not a great driving experience, but I'm super picky, right? I have a collection of many sports cars. My commute is 6 miles in Southern California. I want fun for the 6 miles I'm driving a car. I don't care about electric. I'm not using up a bunch of gas, so I'm not the consumer for that car. But because it's pure technical innovation without any beauty or sophistication. That's the China game. The point is the China game does not produce emotional, sexy products, right? Look, I've published 2 books in China. The covers on those books, when I saw them from the publisher there, I'm like, what are you? These are horrible. They're like designed by a 9-year-old. No, I do not approve of these covers, but they're like, these are the covers. They work in China. So they're bad, but for China, that works. If your product outperforms anything else in the market, if it drops the cost curve down low, like reduces costs, and you're protected by IP or innovation or regulations, that's the China game, even if you're based in the United States or in Texas. So, of course, even if you have a BYD car or you're outperforming anything else in the market, you drop the cost curve down super low, and you have IP protection, you still need to market it. But in the China game, you just do basic, medium-level, average marketing. You hire any agency, you hire someone on Fiverr, you copy any other American company, and you make the marketing decent, but it's not Apple, it's not Nike, it's just like decent, but your product outperforms anything else technically. That's the China game. The smartest China game players wrap their branding in American style, average branding and storytelling, and do technical innovation great. Okay, so that leaves the USA game. The USA game is really interesting. You already know what I'm going to say, right? Build a trap. That's what USA products and companies do. No other country on earth matches the US when it comes to marketing systems that, 1, make it easy to get into a product or service, cheap or free. Then we upgrade you to premium, usually without you even knowing. We build in very high switching costs so you can't take on another product, and then we lock in recurring revenue. Just try to watch as we do, like when NHL playoffs come around or the NFL playoffs come around, it's impossible to watch your team, right? You have to get Hulu, ESPN+, Paramount, Sling, Apple TV, and Amazon just to watch, the Eagles progress through the playoffs. And then once you've signed up for the free version of those services, you have to put your credit card in, they tip over, and now you're signed up for $250 a month in services just to watch the teams you love. And you keep it because you love the teams, and now you want to watch your NHL team, and now you want to watch your whatever it is you watch, Formula One. So think like Salesforce, right? They get you in, they lock you in recurring revenue. Think Netflix, but go one step further. This is how American companies are now working, right? You get, there's a company, Grok, you should look at, not Grok, the AI company, Grok, an AI chip maker, GROQ. They don't sell chips, they rent you chips with cloud access. So they upgrade you after you've rented them. If you need more, they upgrade you to boxes. After they upgrade you to boxes, then they build you a whole data center. So you get in with a little bit of cloud access, then you can't switch out of there. Then they sell you boxes, which are expensive. Once you bought a bunch of boxes, then you need your own data center, and they sell you a data center for $5 million, right? That's the American way. It's not beautiful, it's not tech magic, right? But to get you in with a freemium and then get you into premium. I mean, buy any seat to travel. So you get the it's only $400 to get from here to Philadelphia. Well, I don't want the economy, no luggage. I have luggage, so I'm going to take premium economy, get my luggage on there. Oh, hey, I want to get a meal and I don't want to wait in line, so I'm going to get premium economy plus extra leg room. Oh, I want early check-in, and now I'm paying $100 less than business class. Well, hell, I might as well just get business class for $100. Boom. That's not about desire. That's not about sexiness. That's about freemium to premium and upgrading. That's the American way. So which game are you playing? That's the question that I'm now asking myself in every deal. How do I pitch my product's value, right? Am I Rogue Fitness? Am I Yeti, Patagonia, Nike, GMC trucks? No explanation necessary for those products. You just love it because you love it and you're going to pay what you have to pay. That's the USA way. Or am I DJI, the drone company, right? An easy to control drone that I can film birthday parties or fields or buildings or real estate or whatever, flies itself, takes amazing photos, and it comes in a cool box, right? That's the Chinese way. Or my Grok, ESPN, Adobe, a low-cost convenience with infinite premium upgrades. Which is it, the Italian way, the Chinese way, or the American way? Even if what you sell is only an American product. Those are the three ways to pitch a deal. Italy is emotion, China's technology, and USA is low barriers to entry. Think about it that way. Once your game aligns to the company and the product and the way you do business, you can stop chasing investors, customers, buyers, employees, and start shaping the field of play because you're in alignment with the things you want and the way you do it 100%. So, hey, look, I am running 3 deals right now, and coincidentally, surprise, each one of those deals fits in each one of these fields of play. The Italy game, another one is in the USA game, the premium upgrade, and the other is the China game, pure technical innovation. If you want to see one of those games being played, or all 3, click on the link below. You'll be taken to a sign-up form. Sign-up form just says, hey, I'm interested in checking this out. I'll send you some information. If you want to go further, then jump in on a Zoom call one of these days. I'll show you what I'm doing. That's how to get involved with me. All right? So as I said, 3 hours of information in 20 minutes. I got to go, land a spaceship and do some other stuff. Got calls to make, go back into the coal mine of finance. Take this, think about it, but if you want to see it being done, click the link below and let's get you involved. This has been The Game of Money, and of course, I am who I am.